Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to start a new series of lectures on HTML5. Actually my subscribers and readers, they requested to me that please sir start a new series on web designing. So I have decided that I should start with the HTML5 because that's the basic language of web designing. So we are going to start with the HTML5. Before we start, myself Professor Vaman Purulekar. I am currently working as assistant professor in Department of MCA, Phoenix Academy of Management and Technology. And if you have any query regarding web designing or HTML, Bootstrap or CSS or WordPress or any other technology, web technology, you can contact me at vaman.parulekar@gmail.com. So we will start with the basics, HTML5 basics. Friends, anyone who have basics of computer can learn HTML. My objective is very clear that using this series of lectures, anyone who knows basics of computer can design a website. So what is HTML? HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. It stands for, the HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This used to describe the structure of web pages using different markups. In HTML, HTML elements are the basic building blocks of HTML pages. Now what is HTML element? HTML element is nothing but something like paragraph, something like heading, something like table. These are represented by tags, and tags like, suppose you want to implement paragraph, so you will use tag P, or if you want to make a particular text bold, so you will use B. So basically HTML tags label pieces of content in your code. Friends, to run HTML code or to test HTML code, we need only two tools. One is a browser, second one is a notepad or notepad++. If you have a notepad++, that's really great, or you can use a simple notepad also. So only two tools are required. Any browser, Chrome is preferred, or you can use Mozilla also, Mozilla Firefox. So these browsers you can use to display whatever you will write a code inside the notepad++. We will use browser to display the content of the page. For example, you have written a code and you want to display the output of the code. For that purpose we will use browsers. So browsers do not display the HTML tags. Whatever the HTML tag you have written inside the notepad++, they are not going to display them. They are going to only render the content of the page. So this is our first HTML program, in which you can observe we will start with doc type HTML, then head tag, then title tag, then this is closing head tag, then starting body tag, then H1, this is heading 1 start tag and heading 1 end tag. This is paragraph start tag and paragraph end tag, and the end body tag and the end of the HTML tag. So these are the basic tags we have used in our first program. Now we will try to understand what is the meaning of this doc type HTML, head, body or H1. So the doc type HTML declaration defines this document to be HTML5. This HTML element is the root element of the HTML page. And one thing you need to remember, that whenever you will start with the HTML tag, always you have to end with this end HTML tag. Then head tag. Head element contains meta information about the document. What is meta tag, what is meta information we can add in HTML document, that we will see later. Then there is a title tag which specifies a title for the document. Then there is a body tag. Body element contains the visible page content. So whatever the content visible on the browser, that is written within this starting body tag and ending body tag. Then comes H1. H1 is a heading tag, and P is a paragraph tag. It stands for paragraph. So this is our basic code. Now what we will do, we will run this program. We will type this program first, and then we will run this program using the browser. So friends, I have already told you that we need only two tools. One is a notepad++ and second one is a browser to run any HTML code. So now I have opened the notepad++. You can use Notepad++ or simple Notepad also, that is also possible. So that will also work. There is no need of Notepad++. Simple Notepad will also work. So as I told you, we have to start the HTML document with doc type declaration. So this doc type HTML declaration, this is going to represent document and it will help the browser to display the web page correctly. And one thing you need to remember, that it must only appear once at the top of the page. And one more point you need to note, that this is not case sensitive. So now I will type my first program. This is starting tag and this is ending tag. So I have to start with the head tag and then I have to end with the head tag. Inside the head tag, I am using title tag. This will represent the title of that document. For example, this is my first HTML program. So before we start writing remaining program, note few things. For example, HTML tags are element names surrounded by the angle brackets. For example, head. So head is the element name and it is surrounded by the angle brackets. Then you need to note one more point, that tag name, this is a tag name, title, this is a head, tag name, HTML is a tag name. These tag names, you will observe that all tag names, most of the tag names, not all, most of the tag names have starting tag and ending tag. Some tag names don't have the ending tag, that also we will see later. But this tag name is a starting tag and ending tag. Then the first tag, that is what a title, suppose, in the pair is known as a start tag, and the end tag or the second tag in the pair is known as a end tag. So this is known as a start tag and this is known as a end tag. The end tag is written like a start tag, you will observe this, but there is one difference, and that one difference is this forward slash. This forward slash is inserted before this end tag. So that is only one difference in between the start tag and end tag. Okay, now we will resume writing program. Now we will use body tag and we need to close this body tag. Then inside body, heading 1 and closing heading 1, and paragraph, P stands for paragraph. We need to close the paragraph. So inside the heading 1 I will write, this is heading 1 and this is first paragraph, first para. Okay, so we have used heading and paragraph inside the body. Now whatever you will write inside the body, it is going to appear on the web page. So if you are writing a paragraph, if you are writing a heading 1 or any other tag you are writing inside the body, that is going to appear on your browser. That is your output, actually the output of the HTML document. Now we have completed our first basic program and now you need to save it. So go to the file, click on save, already saved, so save as, and what you have to do, you have to choose hypertext markup language. Okay, so HTML, that you need to choose, and name this program something like, suppose I am saving now this as a 2. Okay, so save. Now this program is saved as a 2.html. So you need to remember one thing, that always whenever you will save your program, make sure that you are using HTML extension. So you need to use HTML extension. Now this program is saved. Now I will show you. This program is saved in this my 220 folder. I have created one folder and in saved directory, so that whenever I want to check my programs, I can check them from this particular directory. So now this is saved. Now how to see the output? Now very simple. You need to click on this particular program and open with whatever browser you are using. For example, I am using Chrome. So I will click on the Chrome and see, this is the output. This is H1 because we have written in this code inside the body. We have used H1, this is H1, and paragraph, this is first para. So we are getting the output. This is head H1 and this is first para. So this is what the output we are getting. So till now we have studied the basics of HTML, how to write a program, how to execute it, how to save it, then what is the basic structure of HTML, what are the different tags, basic tags of HTML, then what is element, what is start tag, what is end tag. These things we have studied till now. Next is HTML headings. Now HTML headings are defined with the heading 1 to heading 6. So heading 1 is the tag, heading 2 is a tag, H2 is a tag, H3 is a tag, H4 is a tag, H5 is a tag, and H6 is a tag. So all these heading tags we can use to represent whatever the heading you want to represent in your document. All these are in different sizes. So if you use H1, that will be a bigger, and if you use H6, that is a smaller compared to the bigger heading. So we need to note that each HTML heading has a default size. But if you want heading size, bigger heading size, then what you will do, it is possible that we can use CSS font size property. Now what is CSS font size property, how to implement it, how to implement the basic H1 tag, H2 tag and H6 tag, all these tags we will see practically. Now what we will do, we will go back to the same program, that is 2.html. So already we have written a code and in that we have used H1, heading 1, correct? So I will simply copy paste this 5 more times. This is heading 2. This is heading 3. This is heading 4. This is heading 5. Heading 5. And last one, heading 6. Okay, so now we will save this and test the output. So this is the difference. Now you can observe the difference. Okay, this is heading 1, this is heading 2, this is heading 3, heading 4, heading 5 and heading 6. Okay, heading 6. We'll save this and refresh this. See, now this is heading 6. So you can observe the difference in between the sizes. But one thing you need to remember, that this size is default size. This size is default size. That means what? Heading 1 has a default size, correct? So if you want to change this size, is there any option? Yes, there is an option. And already I have told you in the PPT that you can use a CSS style, correct? Now how to implement the CSS style? We are going to learn CSS separately. I am going to design a CSS course also. So CSS we are going to learn separately. But we can add a small CSS in HTML code, and how to add that we will see now. What I will do, I will use style property is equal to, inside the double quote, font size, okay, and then colon, and suppose I want 60, so 60 pixel, okay. And you need to remember, whenever you will write any style code, you have to give semicolon, okay, and save and refresh. Now see, this is a bigger heading 1, correct? So that means what? The size of the heading 1, the default size of the heading 1, we have changed using the CSS styles, okay. So I am changing it again, 120 pixel, save and refresh. Now see this is more big, correct? So this is how you can change the default size of heading 1. The next topic is HTML links. Now HTML link is nothing but hyperlink. We can use anchor tag to insert hyperlink in HTML document. A stands for anchor tag, href is the attribute, and this is what the path is. That is what the w3cschools.com, this is the path. Okay, so first we will try to understand what is hyperlink, the definition of hyperlink. Then we will practically going to see how we can implement HTML links using the code. That also we are going to see. So first we will try to understand what is hyperlink is. For example, I have opened fmtac.in website in browser, and you will observe there are so many hyperlinks here. Okay, this is hyperlink, this is hyperlink. The text, this is the text, correct? BE admission or MCA admission, this is the text. So the text which redirect you to a HTML page, maybe an internal HTML page or maybe an external HTML page, or to an image or to a document, will be called as a hyperlink. That is what the definition of hyperlink. Now we will see how to create this hyperlink practically. So we will go back to the same program once again, that is 2.html. Okay, so here I will insert after this h6 hyperlink. For that, already I have told you, you have to start with the anchor tag. A stands for anchor tag. Then you need to take href, this is the attribute, and is equal to, inside the bracket you need to specify the path. Okay, and I will use text click here, and I will close this anchor tag. So whenever you will take hyperlink, whenever you will insert the hyperlink in your web page, you have to start with the A tag, then you need to take this attribute href, then you need to specify the path, and then what you have to do, then you have to write the text to whom you are going to convert a hyperlink, and then you need to close the anchor tag. So now I will specify path here, and already in that same folder, programs and 2020, I have two files, 1.html and 2.html. So what I will do, because now currently I am working in 2.html, I will give link to 1.html from 2.html. So I will come back to the code and I will write 1.html. See, there is no need to give entire path here because I am using the same directory. If you have stored file in the same directory, then there is no need to give an entire path. That you have to remember, because you are working in the same directory, that's why. So now I will save this, okay, and refresh this code. Okay, now you will see that here, click here, correct? So whatever the code you have written here, you got the output. So whenever I will click here, I will click on that. Now this is page number 1, 1.html is open. Now this is the concept of hyperlink. Next topic is HTML images. Now we will learn how to insert images in HTML document. So to insert an image in HTML document, we need to use img tag. So you need to write your code, starts with the img tag. There is no end tag. You need to note this. There is no end tag. So only start tag we need to use. So img src is the attribute. Then there are other attributes also, alternative text, then width and height. src is used to specify the path of that image, path and the name of the image. Okay, so img space src, this is attribute which will specify the path and the name of the image. Alternative text is for what? Sometimes bigger images take times to load, correct? So meanwhile your program, your code will show this alternative text. Then width and height, okay, this is you can take in pixel and percentage also. So now we will practically going to implement image src, alternative, width and height, these attributes. So what I have done, I have taken one image, see, 1.jpg in the same folder, okay, 2020 folder, sorry, and in the same folder I have 1.html and I have 2.html, and in the same folder I have kept this image so that there is no need to write down the path. Now I will implement, after the anchor tag, here I will implement the image tag. So to insert the image we need img, only starting tag, correct? Then src is the attribute, inside the double quote 1.jpg. This is what the name of the image in the folder, in the same folder I have taken 1.jpg, correct? jpg is what? Its extension. Okay, you can see the extension here, correct? So that jpg extension, you need to go to the properties and see this jpg is the extension. So first, without writing width and height, I am going to implement this program. Save, and I have inserted image in second program, correct? So I will run second2.html. Okay, so now see this. It occupies the entire screen. So what we will do, we will reduce the size. For that we need width, correct, is equal to, inside the bracket, suppose 400, and height, HEIGHT, height is equal to, inside the bracket, 300. Okay, and save this and refresh. Now you will see. Okay, so this is how you can reduce the width and height of the image using the attribute width and attribute height. And there is one more property already I have told you, and that is what? The property attribute alternative, ALT. This also you can use to provide an alternative text. So here we have completed basic HTML concepts, like how to write a HTML program, what is the structure of HTML, how to write a code, what are the basic tags of the HTML, how to insert hyperlink in HTML, how to insert image in HTML. So these basic things we have studied in today's lecture. Hope you enjoy this lecture. Try to implement all these things on your browser using Notepad and whatever the basic browser you are using. Thank you very much.